Hey guys, welcome to Chocolate City, China. We are here in an area called Xiaobei, which literally means little north, which is kind of a strange name. But what this area is famous for, well, it's got a very international community here, and they don't call it Chocolate City for nothing. A lot of people from Africa here, and also a ton of people from various Muslim countries. So I came here a year or two ago, and during COVID there was a crackdown. There was a lot of racism toward especially black folks. They were evicted from their apartments, and so the international community took a hit. But I've heard that over the past year or so they're starting to bounce back. So I want to just come through, see how things are going, see how things are looking here in Xiaobei right at the beginning of 2026. Now this area really started to build a huge African and Muslim community back in the 1980s and 90s, and it peaked in the early 2000s. And basically you'd get to guys from like mostly African countries. They'd come over here to get things at wholesale, take it back, sell it in Africa. So they ended up just kind of making this their community. And also because there are a lot of historically there have been a lot of Chinese minorities in this community, many of whom are Muslim themselves. So a lot of these black guys and Muslim guys would come out here, and they found the food options plentiful because there were already a lot of halal options. So it just kind of built from there. It was around 2014 when they started doing massive crackdowns because there were a ton of immigrants living here at that time, and many of them were working here illegally, and quite a few of them were getting up to some shady stuff and causing trouble. So the peak is long past, but still you will see a lot of different shades of skin color here, and you'll meet people from all types of different countries. It's actually a really cool area, and you know, and with that comes naturally you're going to have a lot of different food options. So it's a cool area. If you're down here in Guangzhou, I definitely recommend checking it out. Of all the places I've been in China, I've got to say that this community, this Xiaobei community, is the most diverse that I've been to by far. Never seen anything else in China, anything even close to it. I mean, we're just getting here, you walk through, and it'd be interesting just to, you know, chat with people and ask like where they're from. But I don't really like bugging people, walking up as a complete stranger, you know, so. But I can tell you one thing, you got people from all parts of China and many different countries as well. Yeah guys, never a dull moment in Xiaobei. Hey guys, quick interruption. If you are here watching my video, there's a high likelihood that you have an interest in China. Well, personally, I think it's important that we all learn a foreign language, and I want to suggest choosing Chinese as your foreign language. First of all, by studying the Chinese language, you will really start to understand China on a much deeper level. Also, Chinese is the second most widely spoken language in the world, with over 1 billion Chinese speakers worldwide. People say that learning Chinese is so difficult, and let's be frank, in some ways it is, but it's not nearly as tough as you think, and the grammar is super easy. I want to encourage you to check out my channel sponsor, Excel Mandarin, and take advantage of their free trial lesson offer. You have nothing to lose and potentially a lot to gain. Excel Mandarin has bilingual native Chinese speakers based in the US who can teach you real Chinese, and they have the ability to take you from beginner all the way up to fluency. They offer 24/7 support, and they have all of the resources available that you could ever want. I learned Chinese by fumbling my way around on the streets of China. It was a really fun and interesting way to learn, but it wasn't very efficient. If I'd had a native speaker guiding me and helping me along the way, I would have learned a lot more, a lot faster. So check them out today, sign up for a free trial lesson, and make sure not to forget the most important part. Be sure to tell them that Mr. Chopsticks sent you. Okay, now back to the video. Yeah guys, back in the day, like when I first came to China in 2007, if you traveled around China, you would meet people from all different countries. Like China was a pretty big travel destination, backpackers loved it. It was really cool back then. You could meet people, like I said, from everywhere. But these years, when you're traveling through China, you will seldom see a non-Chinese person. I mean, if you're in Beijing or Shanghai or something, you'll see foreigners sometimes, but still not very often. But when you come out here to Xiaobei, it's totally different than any part of China. This place is definitely an anomaly, and therefore I really like it. It's different, it's unique, it's interesting. And like I said, there's really never a dull moment here. Everywhere you look, you got something going on. The one thing I've noticed here that's happening that didn't happen to me last time, I've been approached by several people asking me for money. And last time I was here, which I believe was 2 years ago, I remember that old guy. He was in my first Xiaobei video. That guy right there. But when I first came out here a couple years ago, I didn't have one person ask me for money. And this time I just got here and I've already been approached by 2 or 3 people asking for money. Huh? Oh. Hello. Oh. Sorry, my friend. Sorry, my friend. See so many different food options. Got a lot of folks from Xinjiang out here as well, and they make really good food. Now just back there is that uphill, it's that road on a hill. It's like the most happening place in all of Xiaobei. But last time I was here, I did not come up this way. So I want to just check out, because I mean, from over there, it looks like there's nothing back here. But then once you come up here, you see there's a lot. Just on this narrow little alleyway. So many places back here. Restaurants, shops, fruit stands. I mean, there's a whole world up here that I just walked right past last time, because it just looked like basically a little driveway, because it goes around a curve, and from that angle you can't see anything. But if you round that curve, you end up out here, you end up on this little strip, and there's a lot going on. And if you go back far enough, it just turns to darkness. Back here, more of these handshake buildings. You can literally reach out and pass your neighbor some food just through the window there. All right, guys, let's get out of the darkness. Come back out to civilization back here. Hello, Yaksamazus. Oh, thank you, but wow. 这个是羊头。羊头。Wow, this is a lamb's head. 这个 fresh fish skewers. 还有一些木豆。青菜。那如果你来到小北的话，你必须来这儿吃饭。对，必须来这儿吃饭。rice 肉豆丝 ，soup 肉豆丝。fish. If you're feeling brave, you can try this. 羊头，在这里面有 barbecue. Okay. Oh, they have skewers as well. You can get. Oh, it smells so good. 我说这里面很香。对，特别香。就是你这个全部拍一下。来到小北的话，你必须来这儿吃饭。对，还有这个茄子。哦。Fresh veggies. Wow. Habibi 都喜欢吃这个。I've got to figure out what the word Habibi actually means, because that really nice guy back there, I like that guy a lot. I wish I was hungry. I'd go there and eat right now. He kept calling me Habibi, which I don't know what it means. I've heard it before, but I think it sounds hilarious. Got some more Xinjiang guys over here selling fresh made bread. I actually bought some stuff from there last time I was here. It was very, very tasty. You want some fresh meat? There's your spot. All right, guys, so if I'm gonna come all the way up to Xiaobei, I'm gonna get something to eat before I go, and I'm just starting to work up a little appetite. I'm looking at that shawarma over there. That's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna kind of see what my options are and pick out what looks the best. And these kids, I'm worried about them. That looks so dangerous. This is a high traffic area here too. Now, last time I was here, I got some of these crispy mutton roast steamed stuffed buns. It's kind of a long name, but that's what it says. Those are very tasty. But this time I think I should try something different. I'm gonna try one of these shawarma. Chicken shawarma. Okay. One. Here, please. All right, guys, I decided to go with the shawarma here, and I got a bottle of pomegranate soda, which I've never seen before, but had to try it. A little bit on the flat side. Does that even have any carbonation? Seems like it's got a tiny little bit of carbonation. The flavor's pretty good. The only thing is it's a little bit on the flat side. It'd be better if it was a little more bubbly, but this looks so good. It's like a, I mean, I guess for those of you out there who aren't familiar with what a shawarma is, it's sort of like a burrito, but pressed kind of like a cubanito sandwich or something like that. They do press it in a little grill, so it looks pretty good. Let's give it a shot. Well, I'll tell you guys, I definitely picked the right thing because that is so tasty. It's got the chicken and veggies and kind of a yogurt-based sauce. So good. Yeah, I was having trouble trying to describe what this is, but yeah, you could think of it, because it's in a tortilla, you could think of it as like a Muslim type of grilled burrito, but I would say it's more akin to something like a chicken sandwich wrap, and then you grill it. And I'll tell you what, I mean, these are really, really good. If you get a chance to try one of these, you have to try it. 师傅，你做的 shawarma 太好吃了，太好吃了，非常好吃，谢谢。Hello. All right, guys. Well, man, that shawarma was so good. Well, to finish up this video, I'm just gonna walk down this one strip. This is the one street that I haven't covered in this visit to Xiaobei. Now, last time I was here, I did walk up this street. I did notice they've done, on the other section, they've done a lot of renovation and just improved it quite a bit. This looks the same as it was before, which is totally fine. But yeah, I'll just do a walk through and let you guys just kind of soak up the scenes of what this area is, because like I said, this is a real anomaly in China, and it's a really unique area. I like it. I mean, based on the foods that I've had when I've been here, I've enjoyed everything I've eaten. The people that I've come across in this area, I mean, there's always a lot of smiles and greetings, and it's good vibes out here. It really is. So I think every time I come to Guangzhou, you'll find me out here in Chocolate City, baby. And it is a very pleasant evening. You gotta love these southern China nights. It's technically winter right now, and I mean, I could wear just a t-shirt and I wouldn't be very cold. It'd be a little bit chilly, but not too bad. But yeah, we've come to the end of the street, guys, and this is where I'm pretty much gonna wrap things up. They just find anywhere they can, and they're working. There's a seamstress over here. But yeah, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this this little tour, this visit. And I remember this little strip here, it takes me out to a main street. But yeah, last time I was in Guangzhou, I also walked through this little urban village. And I remember it takes me out to a main road. So we'll just close out the video here. Guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this tour, enjoyed this visit to Little Africa, as some people call it. And if you did enjoy this video, if you're interested in travel, if you're interested in China, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I've got a lot more content on the way, guys. I'm traveling more and more these days. I've got some really exciting adventures coming up, and I look forward to sharing it with all of you guys. So until we meet again, my friends, this is Mr. Chopsticks signing off, and we will catch you all in the next video. 下次再见. While I appreciate all viewers and supporters, there is a growing group of supporters who support me via YouTube memberships and Patreon subscriptions. And I want to give all of you a shout out. You know who you are. Thanks for the extra support and helping me to get a step or two closer to hopefully finally someday achieving my dream of being able to do YouTube full time. To the Grasshopper and Tiger Tiers, thank you guys so much. An extra special shout out to my P-Shield tier members. You are amazing. And of course, I'd be remiss to fail to mention my top tier supporters, Lee, Martin S, and David is Dawei. Truly, truly appreciate all of you. We're on this journey together, and trust me when I say, we're just getting started, my friends.